Hello, hi, how are you guys doing? It's been a while. How have you been? Today I am super duper excited to talk about this timeless concept that can truly transform your everyday into something very special and refreshing. Right? It's nothing but chivalry. We're talking all about how to be chivalrous and courteous to your partner or in your workspace or maybe in your public. So I know that I was going to talk about this topic, and I was doing this personal observation by myself for this past 1 week, just to observe where are we and how are we doing as a generation in terms of being chivalrous, right? And it's pretty rare, by the way, in this fast-paced world that we're living in. Sometimes kindness is very rare. I think I know why it is, because as a generation, we are very easygoing and friendly and so casual. And your small, thoughtful gestures can make a world of a difference. From opening a door or just giving a genuine compliment, these acts of chivalry can actually not just brighten somebody's day, but also enrich your own life in unexpected ways. So now, what is chivalry, right? What am I talking about? So chivalry signifies acting with a lot of courtesy and kindness and respect, particularly towards your partner, and it just demonstrates your highest standard of behavior, right? Beyond just being polite. I think being polite is just a bare minimum. Like, it should be your default setting. Like, we are not just talking about how to be polite, we are talking about a step beyond being polite. You know what I mean? Like, actually showing it through your actions and your behavior. Well, since we're going beyond one step, that is being chivalrous, and chivalry means you are so gentle and you're kind and thoughtful in your actions and behaviors. You're anticipating your partner's needs and you're making them feel valued. Well, the roots of being chivalrous is coming from the medieval periods, where knights have these codes of conduct and embodies the ideals of honor, compassion, and respect. And the word chivalry is historically been associated to men's behavior towards women. Well, I love that, but today I want to talk about chivalry in today's generation. It could be in your relationship, it could be in your workplace, or maybe out in public. Well, it's not a lost art. I'm here to remind you that it's not a lost art and it's not dead. So there's so many ways to be chivalry, and I'm gonna mention a few in this video. Well, with that being said, it's so important to note that being chivalrous is all about treating each other with a lot of respect and kindness, irrespective of gender. Well, a little background about myself, right? So back in the days, I used to be in such a mindset where I wanted to constantly prove my state of independence, that oh yeah, I'm capable, or yeah, I'm powerful and I can lift this box, I can drive by myself. Well, I'm embarrassed to talk about those a little bit, but hey, if she did not do the things that she did, and I don't think I will be able to talk in front of a camera today in front of you. So I'm happy to address my past experiences and growth. So yeah. Anyways, I used to think that I need to show the world how capable or how powerful I am, right? And just to prove a point, like, although I had help, although I had support or people offering me to help, I just wanted to simply prove a point that yeah, I can lift a 20 lb box by myself. Like, why? Like, why? Sure, you can actually think in a way that it can be a state of being resilient. It's a whole different topic. But my observation here is that when there's someone who's actually offering you help to lift that box, and rather than just receiving it or accepting the favor, like, why was I just so adamant or stubborn about, lifting that box? Like, what am I trying to prove? When people offer me favor just to prove that I am capable, I reject that favor, and now I feel more guilty that I've rejected their favor, so now I'm overcompensating. Like, you see this cycle? Like, sometimes I would not just rush to open my doors, but I also, just to prove that I'm independent or maybe I'm capable, I just hold on to the doors to my partner too. I'm like, I was so uncomfortable receiving. Like, all my girls who are extremely independent know the feeling that I'm talking about. Like, we are so happy to give, like we want to give, but sometimes it's so difficult to receive. I used to feel that I'm in debt to this person just by him, or just that person is opening doors for me and I'm already in debt to this person. Or if this person is actually taking me out and paying the bill, I feel like, okay, I'm in debt. There were times where I had to sit and learn to be uncomfortable and patiently wait and tell myself that rest, receive, and relax. When my partner was holding a door, I don't have to rush through the doors. I just have to walk slowly and gracefully and smile at them, that's all. It was super easy for me to give, and it was challenging to receive, and I had to balance this equation. When I started comfortably receiving, now I felt like I want to reciprocate with much more kindness and with much more respect, maybe in a different way. To me, that's even more attractive. As humans, we are segregated into men and women, right? We have our natural duties to fulfill. And if you're a woman and you do have your natural capability, you don't have to take charge of everything. And this does not mean that you're incapable or you're not powerful in any way, right? You are so much more capable and you're a wonderful being. But sometimes it's so important to know that it's important to receive, and now you're making the other person look big. Like, for example, just imagine you are helping this person, and if this person is so thankful to you, how do you feel? You feel big, right? That's exactly what's happening here. When someone is willing to offer you, is trying to help you, actually receive it in such a way that you deserve it. And in this process, you are making this person actually feel so much big, and on the bright side, you get to receive. How wonderful is that? Now that I'm comfortable receiving, I see a lot of people are not responding to these chivalrous actions, and especially my girls who are extremely independent. Everyone wants to control, like everyone wants to take charge of everything equally to prove that they are independent and capable. Sure, you can drive by yourself, you can lift that box, you can carry all your groceries by yourself, but my say is, my girl, please try and receive for once. Actually receive in a way that you're not guilty, and understand that you actually deserve this treatment. You are capable of anything and everything, and you're independent and super brave. But have you tried receiving? Have you tried being on the other side of giving? I have some examples on what I'm talking about, and there are a few things like what men can do for a woman, just to make your day special and a little bit refreshing. So maybe you can open doors or hold doors for her. Like, yeah, we are talking about this all through the video, but yeah, you can remember important dates, and you can actually give her compliments and listen. Yeah, women love who can listen to her patiently, and sometimes offer help with her tasks and chores, right? And my absolute favorite is dinner etiquettes. Like, maybe you guys are going to a restaurant, maybe pull the chair for her and help her with her coat. Probably her glass is empty, maybe you can fill it up, and someone is clearing the table and she has not finished yet, maybe you can ask them to stop. And your food has arrived but not hers, maybe you can wait for her food to arrive, or maybe you can share your food with her. Be the man that every woman notices. And my girls, what can we do for our partners, right? Maybe cook his favorite meal, select a nice shirt that suits him. I'm sure, like, you're way creative. Turn a house into a home, like a cozy, nice, bright place for you guys to live in, and maybe be supportive and understanding during challenging situations. You see what I mean by turning ordinary moments into something special? Like, there are so many ways to become a gentleman and a lady. Well, let me remind you an important thing, that if you think that being chivalrous and acting courtesy applies only to the romantic and intimate relationships, then I think you have to reassess your priorities, because being gentleman and being chivalrous is not about impressing the opposite person or your partner. It's holding yourself to a higher standard. Being chivalrous is not something you can turn on and off based on the situation, that's if it suits you or not. No, it's a standard of living. So be aware of your being, because it applies to your female friends, your family members, maybe your co-workers, maybe your love interests, whoever. If you are going to have this skill in your life, then it applies to everybody irrespective of gender. I know these days we are very casual. I myself fade out sometimes, but when I see someone being chivalrous towards me, they have my attention. Like, I am feeling so big already, and I want them to feel big too. Don't you think like it's such a beautiful cycle of give and take? To me, I have such a deep appreciation to chivalry, which to me means that showing kindness and being considerate and being respectful to each other, and this makes me to reciprocate to the opposite person, wants me do the same. Maybe I actually want to do more. This creates a beautiful cycle of consideration and care, where both the partners are feeling valued and respected. I think it's such an essential part in a relationship. Alright, thank you so much for sticking around. I will see you next time.